If you are over 50, what you do in the last 2 or 3 hours before sleep may affect your heart more than you realize. Most people think heart attacks and strokes are problems that begin suddenly and only during the day, when a person is active, stressed, or physically exerting themselves. But in many cases, the body has been under strain for hours, days, or even years before a serious event happens. And some of the habits that quietly increase that strain happen at night, in the hours before bed, when people are least likely to suspect danger. This is not about fear. It is about awareness. Because some nighttime mistakes seem harmless, but when they are repeated again and again, they can disturb sleep, worsen breathing, affect blood pressure, stress circulation, and make important warning signs easier to ignore. Before we continue, this is for education only. Never stop, start, double, or change any medicine on your own. Never use this video as a substitute for your doctor's advice. The purpose here is simple: to help you understand which nighttime habits may be risky, which warning signs should never be ignored, and what kind of bedtime routine may better protect your heart and brain as you get older. One of the most common mistakes is eating too late or eating a heavy dinner. A lot of people spend the day busy, skip proper meals, and then eat the largest meal of the day at night. They eat fried food, salty food, sugary desserts, large portions, and then lie down shortly after. It feels normal because so many people do it, but the body does not always handle that pattern well, especially after the age of 50. When you eat a heavy meal late at night, your body is still working hard to digest food when it should be winding down and preparing for sleep. That can worsen acid reflux, disturb sleep quality, affect blood sugar, and keep the body in a more activated state when it should be resting. If a person already has high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, reflux, or heart disease, this becomes even more important. One late dinner may not cause a disaster, but when heavy late meals become a habit, they can add to long-term strain. A better approach is to eat earlier when possible, reduce very heavy portions at night, limit excessive salt and greasy food, and avoid lying down immediately after eating. Your heart does not need a feast right before sleep. It needs peace. Another dangerous mistake is taking medicine the wrong way. This is more common than many people realize. Some people forget doses. Some people take medicines at random times depending on mood or convenience. Some people miss a blood pressure pill and then take 2 together the next time. Others see advice online and decide to change their routine without asking a doctor. This is where trouble begins. The danger is not only in the medicine itself. The danger is inconsistency, confusion, and self-adjusting treatment without understanding the consequences. For example, blood pressure medicines, heart medicines, diabetes medicines, sleeping pills, anxiety medicines, and pain medicines all need to be used carefully. In some people, sedating medicines can worsen nighttime breathing problems. In others, poor adherence to blood pressure treatment can allow pressure to remain uncontrolled for long periods. Some people think it's just one missed pill. But when missed doses become a pattern, control becomes weaker and risk can quietly rise. The smartest thing you can do is create a system that removes guesswork. Use a pill organizer. Keep a written medication list. Ask your doctor or pharmacist very clearly which medicines belong in the morning, which belong at night, whether any should be taken with food, and what exactly to do if you miss a dose. Guessing is not a plan, and when it comes to your heart, guessing can become dangerous. A third mistake, and one of the most serious, is ignoring loud snoring, gasping, choking, or pauses in breathing during sleep. Many people laugh about snoring. Families joke about it. They treat it like a personality trait instead of a possible medical problem. But sometimes snoring is not just noise. Sometimes it is a warning sign of sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is not simply about being tired the next day. It has been linked with high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, rhythm problems, and poor sleep quality that places repeated stress on the body. Think about what happens when breathing repeatedly stops or becomes restricted during sleep. Oxygen levels may drop. Sleep is interrupted again and again, even if the person does not fully remember waking. Stress systems in the body can become activated. Blood pressure may be affected. The heart may be forced to work under less stable conditions night after night. That is why snoring should not always be ignored, especially in people over 50. If someone snores loudly, wakes up choking, gasps for air, has witnessed pauses in breathing, feels very tired during the day, wakes with headaches, or has blood pressure that remains difficult to control. Those are not small details. Those are signs worth discussing with a doctor. Some of the most dangerous health problems are the ones people keep normalizing just because they have been happening for a long time. Another nighttime mistake is going to bed already dehydrated. This topic is often misunderstood. Some people hear dehydration is dangerous and then think they should drink a huge amount of water right before bed. That is not the point. The real issue is that many older adults do not stay well hydrated throughout the day. As people age, the sense of thirst may weaken. Some take medicines that affect fluid balance. Some avoid drinking because they do not want to use the bathroom often. Others simply do not realize how little fluid they are taking in. When the body is underhydrated, it may not function as smoothly as it should. In older adults, dehydration has been associated with worse outcomes and greater health stress. But balance matters. Going to bed very dehydrated is not good, and flooding the body with large amounts of fluid late at night is not wise either, especially for someone with heart failure, kidney disease, or fluid restrictions. The better approach is steady, sensible hydration during the day. That means not ignoring your fluids until late evening, and not assuming that one giant glass of water before bed will correct everything. A calmer, more balanced pattern is safer. Another overlooked problem is bedroom temperature. Many people underestimate how much sleep quality depends on the environment. A room that is too hot, too cold, too stuffy, or too uncomfortable can interfere with restful sleep and place extra strain on the body. Older adults are often more sensitive to temperature extremes than younger people. What feels manageable to one person may feel exhausting to another. If the body is too hot, sleep may become lighter, more broken, and less restorative. If the body is too cold, the person may become tense, uncomfortable, and repeatedly disturbed through the night. This may seem like a minor issue compared with heart disease or stroke, but poor sleep environments matter more than people think. The body needs stable, restorative sleep to recover properly. If a person spends every night sweating, shivering, waking up, or feeling uncomfortable, that is not ideal for overall health. There is no one magic number that guarantees protection for everyone, but a comfortable, stable sleep environment is worth creating. A room that supports calm, continuous sleep is not a luxury. It is part of good health. Now let's talk about one of the most dangerous mistakes of all: ignoring symptoms at night and deciding to sleep through them. This is where precious time is often lost. A person feels chest pressure, unusual shortness of breath, pain in the jaw, neck, arm, shoulder, or back, sudden dizziness, nausea, confusion, weakness, trouble speaking, or a severe headache. And instead of acting, they tell themselves, "I'm probably just tired," or "let me sleep and see how I feel in the morning." That delay can be deadly. Warning signs do not become safer just because they happen at night. In fact, nighttime can be more dangerous because people are alone, sleepy, confused, and more likely to dismiss what they are feeling. If your body is sending a danger signal, sleep is not the treatment. Chest pain or heaviness, sudden breathlessness, fainting, face drooping, one-sided weakness, sudden confusion, trouble speaking, severe headache, or sudden loss of balance should never be treated casually. The right response is urgent medical help. Too many people make the mistake of waiting for daylight, waiting for certainty, or waiting for the symptom to become unbearable. But with heart attack and stroke, delay can cost heart muscle, brain function, independence, and life itself. There is another mistake that deserves attention: using alcohol, smoking, or unnecessary sedatives before bed. Many people think a drink at night helps them relax, a cigarette calms them down, or a sleeping pill guarantees better sleep. But the picture is not that simple. Alcohol may make a person sleepy at first, but it can worsen sleep quality, disturb breathing, and contribute to nighttime instability. Smoking places direct stress on the heart and blood vessels, and is one of the clearest cardiovascular dangers there is. Sedatives can be risky when used unnecessarily, especially in people with unrecognized sleep apnea or breathing problems during sleep. What looks like relaxation can sometimes be hidden stress. This does not mean every person using a prescribed sleep medicine is doing something wrong. It means nighttime substances should never be treated casually, especially after age 50, and especially when heart or breathing issues already exist. The body needs real rest, not artificial sedation that may hide or worsen an underlying problem. Another overlooked problem is going to bed stressed, overstimulated, and physically tense every single night. Many people spend the last hour before sleep watching upsetting news, arguing, scrolling endlessly on their phones, eating, worrying, and carrying the stress of the entire day straight into bed. The heart does not instantly switch from high alert to deep rest. The body needs some kind of transition. If a person ends each night mentally overloaded, physically uncomfortable, and emotionally activated, sleep may suffer, and recovery may be poorer. You do not need a perfect life to sleep better, but you do need a better landing before bed. A calmer routine, dimmer lights, less noise, less stimulation, and a little space for the nervous system to settle can make a real difference. Your nighttime routine should tell the body, you are safe enough to rest now. Not stay alert, stay tense, stay switched on. And then there is the final mistake, the one that ties everything together. An irregular and unhealthy nighttime routine overall. Many people do not have one specific dangerous habit. They have several small ones happening together. A heavy dinner, missed medicine, loud untreated snoring, too little hydration during the day, alcohol at night, a hot room, ignored symptoms, poor sleep, and because none of it feels dramatic in the moment, they keep repeating the pattern. That is how long-term risk often builds. It is not always one giant mistake. Sometimes it is a collection of small, repeated mistakes that slowly wear the body down. So, what does a safer nighttime routine look like? It looks simple, but simple does not mean unimportant. Eat a lighter dinner and avoid extremely heavy meals right before bed. Take medicines exactly as prescribed, not according to social media advice or memory alone. Pay attention to loud snoring, choking, or gasping, and do not dismiss those signs. Stay reasonably hydrated throughout the day so you do not enter the night already behind. Keep your bedroom at a comfortable temperature and make your sleep environment calm and supportive. Avoid alcohol excess, smoking, and casual use of sedatives before sleep. And most importantly, never try to sleep through warning symptoms that could represent a heart attack or stroke. A protective routine is not about perfection. It is about reducing unnecessary strain and respecting the body's signals. If you are over 50, ask yourself honestly tonight, did I eat wisely? Did I take my medicine correctly? Am I ignoring symptoms? Am I sleeping in a safe environment? And am I dismissing signs like snoring or breathing trouble that deserve real attention? Sometimes people think protecting the heart requires some complicated secret, some miracle supplement, or some dramatic treatment. But often, protection begins with ordinary decisions repeated consistently. A smarter dinner, better medication habits, more respect for symptoms, more attention to breathing during sleep, better hydration, a healthier bedroom environment. These things may not sound dramatic, but they can matter. And if you live with an older parent, a spouse, a sibling, or anyone with high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, or heavy snoring, do not assume everything is fine just because they are asleep. Notice patterns, ask questions, encourage evaluation when something seems wrong. Sometimes family members are the first ones to notice pauses in breathing, restless sleep, nighttime confusion, or warning symptoms that the person themselves keeps minimizing. Your body often whispers before it screams. The problem is that many people only react when the scream arrives. Do not wait for that moment. Take your nighttime routine seriously. Build habits that support your heart instead of quietly burdening it. And remember this, protecting your heart does not always begin in an emergency room. Sometimes it begins in the last hour before bed, with calmer choices, better awareness, and the decision to stop ignoring the signs that matter. Subscribe to our channel Silky Medicine for more videos. Thanks.